So, dude, it's just fucking amazing to have you here, man. Oisin O'Shaugnessy, as I live and breathe. How you doing, man?
Great to be back, man. Oh, it's been so long.
How long's it
Great.
been, man? Has it been the C sessions?
Yeah, definitely C sessions. Yeah, C sessions was awesome, man. I was hanging out with some of the old crew from Hot Press, you know, just living the dream up in Donegal.
I was there. I'm kind of blowing my own trumpet here, man. But like, it was me and Duke Special, and
Duke, man.
Do you know Duke? Do you know Duke Special?
Yeah, I remember Duke.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, the Galway days, man.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, welcome to Black Rock Radio. Got to introduce you as one of our most successful alumnus of all time. He graduated here in 2006, and since then he's been a social media ninja and a digital marketing Svengali. He is editor of the top class publication Scale in the Pale. And if you ever need to know where's the best place to go in town, where to spend your hard-earned cash, where does the best burgers, the best places in town versus the worst places in town, just hit it up, man. Hit it up on Instagram. It's all there. Can you tell us, when did what did you do in college?
College, first couple of trimesters were basically just hanging out, playing a little bit of cricket there on the green and by the path, and
did you go to Trinity?
Yeah, man.
You went to Trinity? Oh, it's class, man. It's great.
Yeah, great, man. I was like just fucking hanging out with the guys. Oh, how the time flies. Yeah, I was like 14.
I saw the Rakes.
I was there.
Yeah, did you see the Rakes? Great band, man.
Rakes.
The Chalets. Do you remember the Chalets?
The Chalets, they were like the French kind of bossa nova enthusiasm pundits. They were like based out of like San Michel, but they were actually I think they were from Monktown.
Oh, you'd know, man. You'd know.
Picnic's gone very,
Yeah.
When the Picnic started in 2005, man, it was pretty cool.
Was that in August?
August. No, the controversial thing about it, man, was it started in like September. And they're like, you can't have a festival in September. Like, the world has finished its summer holidays, man. A Picnic was like, nah, we're going to squeeze the sponge of summertime and we're going to get everything out of this. And it's always an Indian summer when the Picnic is in town.
Do you know what? It's a harvest in the Indian summer. That's what it is, man.
Oh, it is. It's time.
Yeah.
The harvest man, the daddy long legs, he's out there just making some sweet harvest.
Have you seen Daddy Longlegs live?
Daddy Longlegs, man, he is an absolute beast. I always thought Jape was the connoisseur, the console connoisseur, but Daddy Longlegs, man, wow, he is the Peter Crouch of experimental music. On his album Roasted Sesame Seed Paella, like you had Fight Like Apes, Pigeon Fist, The Lost Art of Waffle. All these bands paled in comparison to the prowess of Daddy Longlegs. He was a one-man machine.
But then, what was his biggest hit? Consensual Abortion.
Great banger. Great banger, man.
Bit jaunty.
Yeah, definitely. Upset the apple cart.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But
the song I wrote, Privilege Town, it was all about just the patriarchy and how privileged we are. And we're
totally.
We're smashing those taboos, man. They're taboos.
But why not? Why not make a sort of a tableau of taboos?
You know what I've noticed?
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids going around today and they're dressing like how they did around circa 95, the curtain hairstyles. Circa.
Do you know Circa?
Yeah. Circa.
We'll come back to her, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Great memories of Circa. I remember Circa, like
transition year in Switzerland, man. It was class.
Oh man. And then we took the little spin to San Anton. fuck my arse. It was fantastic. And
Oh,
Circa, man, I tell you
oh.
that she was, I mean, she still is holding up very well. Maybe
Yeah, do you think
should get
like?
in touch. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I
do
think
get in touch because like I believe her marriage is fucking hollow, man.
yeah.
But you opened for the in 2019 in Mullingar. How was that?
Ah,
What are the lads like?
and they're real party boys. There
Still.
was, yeah, man. There was a guy there. He was like just racking out the Hollywoods, man.
Oh, the bit
You know,
cheeky
it
stuff.
was like being
Yeah.
back in the club, back in Dorky, or like that rave we had in Enya's Castle that time.
Oh.
Fucking beautiful voice, haunting, mysterious.
Do you know what? I think that if the Celtic Tiger could sing, it would be Enya. Your publication, Scale in the Pale, which is doing a lot for local business. Okay. Like
Mm-hmm.
I your new venture, Shannos IPA.
So, couple of the boys, old friends of mine, great business minds, come from great families that know the trade. In recent lieu of the IPA explosion of about 2015, it was up there with Brisket, you know, Bison Bar, first place in town to make
It's beautiful, man. It's amazing. So good. The food is
the
so good.
food, the coleslaw, the brisket, the ribs, the barbecue. Gavin Friday once told me that I had the voice of an angel. And he told me that one night in Brooks House. He said, Oisin, the sound, if I could sum up the style of your music, it would be Shanos meets Southern Gospel.
I love that description, man. And Gavin's bang on. I did a wellness retreat with him. So there's three flavors of this thing out, right? There's
Yeah,
RD,
East
yeah,
India Pale Ale,
yeah. There's RD Mist,
RD Mist.
and
And
there's of
then
course a
there's,
West Coast one.
yeah, which is called Galway Sunset.
Is that the name you settled on?
Yeah, it was a kind of inspired by the Galway beer. I wanted to encapsulate the times that we had on retreats with the boys, just going down to, hitting the beach down the Hinch. You would rock up to the beach. Steo would probably have his DSLR camera. They'd be sitting around the campfire. The guitar would come out, and we just sat back and we filmed it all in soft focus. Nice, rich depth of field. And when I saw myself rapping and doing Shanos simultaneously, I knew.
And there is a serious point here, though, right? Which is that hard work pays off, right? Like it does.
It
I mean, like
does.
it
There's an
really.
old saying, the harder I worked, the luckier I got. Whenever you're at those kind of DJ nights over in the north side, and it starts off with a lot of good people. And then at about halfway through the night, you start noticing some bad entities, if I could use that word. Their conduct was a little bit untoward. They didn't do anything
Were they being
really as
disrespectful
such.
to you, like in some way?
No, not particularly. It was just them being there. It made us uncomfortable.
Hmm.
So we just went back to South William Street.
I just think though, like like when you're really on the south side, when you can't smell Lynx Africa anymore.
Yeah. When you smell Giorgio Armani, and I'm not talking about the Aquagio, I'm on about the really fancy stuff you get like at airports with well, I wouldn't call it fancy, but it's 200 euro a bottle.
And this leads me on to another question: would you ever start up your own Musk of Excellence?
I have actually had a word with a couple of the girls down in Brown Thomas that I know. Yeah, they're good girls. Sorka.
Loves her mama, loves Jesus in America
Yeah.
too. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Tom Petty. Good girls, man. Good girls. Yeah,
Great
Vampire
track.
Stand in the Shadows, moving
Vampire
westward down
Weekend,
Ventura.
man.
Vampire Weekend.
Oh, they're so good, man. Do you know what
Back.
I
So
mean?
good.
They
So
used to play
good.
up at the 29th fret. Yeah, bar chords.
Oh, the 29th threat, just really pulling it.
Did you ever go to the 29th fret on South William Street?
29th fret was amazing. It was that came after AKA shut down. Pretty cool.
No, it was a cool place, man, you know, but like I don't want to see people who remind me of the social problems that dog this country. Not when I'm trying to have a good time.
Fitzgibbon Properties. With the housing crisis, there's never been a better time to consider selling your property. But we at Fitzgibbon give you more. Selling up, but your tenants don't want to go? We'll get the Leinster under 21s to come round and fuck them out. Because remember, business is business, and Fitzgibbon Properties is in the business of homes. Terms and conditions may apply. Fitzgibbon Properties is neither regulated nor monitored by the financial regulator that the lads went to school with.
Get out and fucking make the money.
No, they do, you know, and that's what Fionn Regan needed.
Fionn Regan, that man is
Be good or be gone. That's a fucking great track, man.
oh, I once met him at a vegan restaurant off Kevin Street, and he was wearing a suit that would have been not dissimilar to what Colonel Sanders of KFC would have wore. He was sporting a hairstyle at the time that was very reminiscent of Velma from the crime-fighting paranormal investigative team that is known as Scooby-Doo. I said, Fionn, man, what's the latest in the world of Scooptown? And he pretended not to see me. And I was like, I fucking know you. And look at me now. And where are you? And he gave me a bit of lip. And it went out on my website. And that was it. Gonzo.
Do you know, I remember you telling me a similar story about the time that you posted online that you saw Paddy Casey haggling in Hodges Figus over a copy of his own biography.
Yeah, I let that slip. He joined me as we went down to Mr. Denham. Can't remember the name of the street. It's like Abbey Street? You know the place where people get buses? The loser cruiser, as we call it. I'm very glad that this is going to be an exclusive podcast because it doesn't reflect my public persona whatsoever. You know?
Oh no, don't worry, man, because we'll edit this out anyway, so you can say what you want. After the altercation with Paddy Casey, the altercation as you called it, you set up a food truck, and it was a bespoke food truck. It started off in Greystones. It went to Nina. You got halfway to Nina and you turned back.
Yeah, I just didn't like the vibe there.
But tell me how you set out. Like, what was your plan? What was your
Taiwanese street food?
Taiwanese street food.
It was a cool venture. I enjoyed it.
Was it authentic?
Great.
It was
authentic. Pork belly, Thai noodle soup, a lot of broth.
A lot of broth.
Southeastern Asian cuisine. You know, I was inspired after I went to the Westfield Vietnamese restaurant once when I was in Shepherd's Bush. We were doing a live recording session with BBC and Shepherd's Bush for. Yeah, it was pretty sweet when we were there, and I just thought, you know, this is cheap, easy food to make, and the return of investment for this, it's very, very high margins. Essentially, it's just ramen noodles, chicken diced up, thrown in with some fresh chili, chopped chili, coriander, bit of ginger, and the broth that you make from just shite. You know, you boil it all down, you put it into a soup, and you put a cool, we call it quack. As I find there's a lot of restaurants that have opened up around Dublin, around Stephen's Green, around places like Bagot Street. Bang, woof, one word restaurants. And the people that go to these restaurants, they haven't got time. They're going, let's go to Nosh. Also, you might think, okay, Oisin, you're a ruthless, cutthroat businessman in the world of street food. But when the Deliveroo came to our house a number of weeks ago, we actually, for a laugh, tipped the guy €150. Then we went out, we were like, hey man, I know it's a hard gig being a Deliveroo driver, but like, we've just given you 150. And we were filming him. And we were like, man, here's another 50. We just started giving him 50s. And at the end of it, he had like €750.
That was so nice of you, man.
Yeah.
So
and it's like, we got so many hits off that video. We got triple back off AdSense, Google AdSense. The plebs are the ones who have to work hard. Working smart is where the smart money is. And where the smart money is where the strong money is. And the strong money is in meeting the right people, having the right community around you. And there's nothing wrong with self-preservation.
I know you're dying for me to ask you this, but like, it is important. And that is the importance of wellness right now. We're all under a lot of pressure, man. And I know that it's something that you feel real passionate about. So just tell me about your journey, how you got there. Are you getting there? When do you think you'll get there? And what time will it be?
Well, the thing is, I got very down in the dumps a number of years ago. I was doing a little bit too much skiing, if you get my drift. And I had to say to myself, Oisin, all right, every now and again, blow away the cobwebs, kick back with the lads, go into town, have buy a couple of bags and whatnot. But I owe the world better. I have so much to give. So much to give. And therefore, I had to find a way out of that dark pit. Like, when you wake up in the back of an Audi R8 S-Type with it wrapped around an oak tree with children screaming because you've gone right through their garden and you've smashed their Wendy house, and their parents are going like, what the fuck are you at? You have to step back and reflect. And I started watching some Russell Brand videos. And it made me think. And there was a friend of mine called Stevie Bonko, great yoga enthusiast, great shape. And he was into the wellness, dipping into the sea down at the 40 foot and just doing a bit of a Wim Hof, embracing health, wellness. I had a bit of a stint there on children's TV.
You're filling in for Damien McCall, wasn't it?
Yeah. Knew a couple of people, and was in just chatting to some puppets and summertime slot. And it was great money, great pension opportunities. It led on to other things. And when they found out that I totaled a car through a Wendy house up in Killiney, didn't look well, but, fortunately, my parents, my dad being a solicitor, made that go away, and we paid for the damages, and we gave a little bit extra on top of the inconvenience. And there was no charges were brought, lucky enough. Obviously, there was someone looking down over me that day. Not only the fact that I crashed the car 25 miles an hour. It was extraordinary. I wasn't going any faster. Actually, it wasn't 25 miles an hour. It was 25 kilometers an hour. So that was a bit about 50. I was actually going exceedingly slow for the type of car I was driving, thankfully.
Well, you were depressed, man. So yeah.
No, I think I'd fallen asleep. And I'd left the car in first gear. And when I woke up, there was the red and blue roof of a Fisher Price Wendy house had come through the sunroof. And there was a lot of screaming. And I think when they saw who had crashed.
Shall I tell you about my life? That sort of thing, man. That's harrowing.
Silver Man of the World, fold across every time. Fleetwood Mac. Body. Funky.
It makes
Samantha Mumba, David Bowie, the DOE wine mark. I watched all those commercials growing up. Thoroughly enjoyed them. The lad was wearing a seatbelt. Expect the unexpected. The Northern Irish accent was a little bit more jarring, I have to say.
But I think, speaking of grabbing the audience's attention, man, the altercation with Zig and Zag, which, and in fairness to you, you weren't to know the cameras were rolling for the test broadcast. But some of the things you said and did to those puppets, man, and I'm sorry I'm your mate.
It was all banter. it was like for the laugh. I took photographs of me having a menage a trois with the two puppets and wearing Dustin the turkey as a penis sock. I did get into a bit of trouble. Not only was like the drink driving thing was bad optics, the other thing was it was a bit of horseplay. It wasn't intended to go out like it was leaked on a WhatsApp. It was like, okay, I'll send you this, but don't fucking send it on to anyone else.
It was meant for his retirement party, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. She loved it. So in many ways, it came full circle, and then I got back into the wellness, and I was hanging out with Brezzy a good bit. Brezzy is a rock of solidarity.
Oh, he's a good dude, man.
I have been to Dave Clark in the Red Box with him before, hugging everyone, man. Everyone got hugs, free hugs that night, and that is one man I will never talk shite about on my Facebook page. And I tell you this, right? They know me from my gospel music. They know me from my choreography. They know me from the stylists I use. They know me from the power I wield. They know me for the music that I have sold and toured all around the country.
That you've gifted to people, man. Like, let's be honest.
Gifted.
Yeah.
Without that, what would they have? Nothing.
So
wrap it up because I've got to get out to a gig. I'm going go to a gig later on Dame Street.
No, are you gonna go see Slave Baby tonight?
Slave Baby, man, absolutely love those guys.
Oh, fucking Vinny Redbreast, man.
Vinny Redbreast.
Yeah, he helped me move apartment to the next door apartment because I bought that one too. But anyway,
great guy. Do anything for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But right, here's my ideal festival. Right, 5 bands. You ready? Because I've written this down. Damien Rice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lisa. Oh,
yeah, Lisa beautiful. Hannigan. Then closing, Lisa Hannigan. What about you?
First, they're a new one. Aidan Gillen and the Blockheads. Public Pool Pervert. Great gig. It's Duke like, Special, yeah. And I think closing would be Jerry Murray and the Butt Plug Club.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just, you know, it's real chill music. Like, it's the kind of thing like in the second day of a festival, like you've come down, you've had all the excitement, you've been to see Jape at 3 different venues, and like you just want to chill. And you know, it's like
Jape is a man in control of the console.
But you know what it is, right? It's Celtic Tiger chillcore.
That reminds me of good sessions in the Roisin Dove in Galway back in the day. Going back to
I love the Wild Atlantic Way, man. I love the Wild Atlantic Way. My parents got a place there, man. It's great.
There was one whippersnapper there called Dahi McFuck, and he was a young working class lad who played a lot of stuff, man. We went back to a house party and he ended up making out with this girl I was into, and I was like, man, you're only like fucking 22, you got some fucking balls on you, kid. He's like, I know I do. Great guitarist, but I had to get him ejected from the party. I met Sinead O'Connor there one day in Govinda's.
She's a great girl, Sinead. Great girl, Sinead.
Sound. She asked me to do Shannon's vocals, and I just ended up getting food poisoning. Missed it. Missed the boat.
Yeah.
Spraying lentils I was. Yeah, I think maybe it was the food.
Is that where your single Eye of a Needle came from?
Yeah, I Have a Needle and Spud Gun.
Oh, that's such a nostalgic track, man. That takes me back. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think what I'm most proud of is my debut single, Take Me to Apollo House. But listen, dude, it's been fucking great. It's been emotional.
It's been real, man. I haven't seen you in 6 weeks, man. It's amazing.
It's been a long 6 weeks, but we will see each other out in Saint-Tropez. And failing that, the closing party at Ibiza, man, we'll be going down there just like shelving some Simbas.
Are you still in your mom and dad's gaff, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll knock up there tonight then.
I'm actually renting out my own place in town on Airbnb, making some fucking great wedge off that, man. It would be foolish of me to give that up at the moment. I'm actually going to buy another place and start renting that out too.
Fucking all hell the market, man. All hell the fucking market, do you know what I mean?
All hell the market. All hell the market.
Anyway, the bell for the next class is going to ring, man. So I better get off this. Great talking to you.
Absolute pleasure talking to you.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure, man.